I got this surgery done in 2018. It was June 2018 to be exact. But I'm here to tell you all the process and how I got it started. So May 2016, I had went in for a consultation to try to get my breast done. This was before I had a child, and the doctor suggested that I had a baby before I got the surgery done. So I really think he jinxed me because after May 2016 going in for my consultation, I end up pregnant. Well, I found out in October of 2016. So yeah, so that's how that started. So my son was born June 10th, 2017. So after I had him, that's when my breasts really were just like extremely heavy. Honestly, I'm gonna show y'all this picture. I don't know if you can zoom in on it. It's a little dusty. But this picture right here, as you can see, my breasts were way bigger than what they are now. And basically, I was pregnant in this picture. Yeah. Yeah. Pregnant in this picture. So after I had my son, my breasts were like heavy, like weighing down on me. My shoulders, it was so heavy to the point where, let me drop this picture. So it was so heavy to the point where like my shoulders were hurting a lot. Once my son turned like 9 months, that's when I decided to start going into the process of wanting to get my breast done. So there was I went to my PCP here in Nashville, and I basically explained to her, and she was just like, well, you know, you definitely need one because my breasts were larger than my body frame. We had to build up a case in order for me to get the procedure done. So I had to go to physical therapy for like a month and a half. So once my insurance ended up finding a surgeon here in Nashville by the name of Dr. McKee, once we found him, I went in for a consultation. He did the measurements. He took pictures. Like everybody that knew who the old Jerica was with the big breasts, like everybody literally was like, yo, you definitely need one. So the doctor definitely said I needed one. He ended up writing a note to TennCare. TennCare is the insurance that I was under AmeriGroup. Actually, I'm with TennCare, but under AmeriGroup. And, you know, they end up writing a note to TennCare and AmeriGroup explaining my back issues, my shoulder issues, because it was a lot of pain. And come April of 2018, I got approved for the surgery, but I couldn't get the surgery done until June of 2018. So, yeah, June 2018 is when I got my surgery done. And I have been on a whole new journey ever since. Now I'm going to answer some of y'all questions. What made you want to get a breast reduction? Was it physical feels or a health reason? I wanted to get it done because like my breasts were just entirely too large for my body frame that I had, and it was just weighing down my shoulders. I used to have like dents in my shoulders from bras that I used to wear because it used to really hurt so bad. So that was one of the issues. Then my back pain. And then, of course, you know, y'all know I have dreams of wanting to dance and act. And, you know, when you look at most TV stars or dancers, you don't really see them with large breasts and a small body frame. You see them with kind of like a, you know, small waist and, you know, little booty. But for me, I just didn't want to be on television looking like that. I didn't want to be on film looking like that. So it was more for both reasons. So I wanted to get it done because of that, and I'm glad I really did. Will this affect any breastfeeding? It will. That was something that Dr. McKee here in Nashville, that's kind of something that he explained. He was like, you know, if you want this procedure done and you're planning on having any more children, you probably will not be able to breastfeed. I'm okay with that, to be honest, but I feel like God will make a way. So, you know, the doctors may say one thing and God will say something else, but in the scientific world, they say if you have this procedure and you decide to help another baby, you will not be able to breastfeed. Just letting y'all know. Do you appreciate yourself more as a woman because you did this? Why or why not? I mean, I've always loved myself. I feel like I looked good back then and I look good now. I think I have more confidence in myself now that I have it done, because at first I wasn't comfortable being filmed. I wasn't comfortable wearing certain clothes. I've never been a fat girl. I never been super skinny either, but at the same time, I never really just had like a big belly. So with my breasts, with a small waist, it was just not working. But now that I have smaller boobs and a little bit of stomach, I still feel like it makes me feel so much better than I did in the past. How did you know you were ready for this transition? Way before I had a child, I was ready for this transition. So yeah, it's just that before I got pregnant, I was trying to get it done and I couldn't get it done because they suggested that I had a baby, and then I ended up having a baby, and then now look at me. And what was your recovery stages like? My mom came down from Memphis for 2 weeks to help me when I had my surgery. So the day that I went in for my surgery, my mom came. She was here the night before. She took me to my surgery. She was back there in the room with me and stuff. I think my surgery was like at 6 that morning. I left the hospital at 2 that afternoon because you can't leave until you wake up. But yeah, my mom came in and I had these 2 tubes. I had 2 tubes stuck right here. So yeah, the first week was hard. Like my mom had to bathe me. I was in the shower. I was crying. I was like, it hurts so bad. I can't wipe. So she had to bathe me and stuff. That's how bad it was for me. I don't know how everybody else's experience was. Maybe I was just a little bit over dramatic, but my mama, she just had my back through everything. Nothing really formed into an actual boob until like the 2nd week for me. And then by that 3rd week, that's when I really started to see like what my breasts looked like. And then after 1 month, my breast was like, he did a really good job because he took off as much as he could. He actually wanted to keep me he wanted to make me like a full D. And I told him, I was like, no, I want to be a B. And so he was like, well, most ladies always come in and get this surgery and they say that, but then when they go down to the smallest size, they get upset because they don't have cleavage. And I'm like, sir, I don't even care about none of that. But other than that, he ended up taking me down to the smallest size he could, which was a full C, small D, as he would say. Like, I don't know my bra size because I haven't went and got measured for a bra. But as far as sports bras, like stuff like this, I like wearing stuff like this. And shoe, like if I had wear like a spaghetti strap shirt or a halter top or a shirt that doesn't require a bra, no, I'm not going to have a bra on. And yeah, my breasts, they sit up because the surgery came with a breast lift. So if anybody wants to know the answer to that question, the surgery definitely came with a breast lift. So if anyone is thinking about getting a breast reduction, please make sure you get a breast lift with it. And if your breasts were as large as mine, yes, you're definitely going to have scars. If you want the breast with the breast lifts, you want your breast done with a breast lift, you definitely going to have scars. The other question was, how much was pocket expense? I do not know, but doing my research on it before TenCare, before I even got TenCare, when I was trying to get the surgery back in May of 2016, it was close to $5,000 to $6,000. So between $5,000 and $6,000 is how much it was when I was researching it. If your doctor recommends you to take 3 weeks off, listen to your doctor. I hope this video can help somebody. And thank y'all so much for hearing my story. And I'll talk to y'all later.